Which Fairchild? I need his first name and what school. Bill T. And we'll look him up. And we'll talk about him tomorrow. Oh wait,
Fairchild. I
no,
saw something.
there will not be a Lions talk with Smoking Jerry B tomorrow. I forgot. I'll be in Shiawassee County at court. I ain't missing that. I ain't going back to jail.
I know that's right.
Dylan
Fairchild.
Fairchild
Where I
out of
see him?
Georgia.
Yeah, I saw him.
I feel the same way about Mike Green as you do about the BC kid. The only good team Marshall played was OSU. This is true. Yeah, asses in the dirt, Bstrilla. Dylan Fairchild is what it is. And then
Oh, Dylan Fairchild.
they
Yeah.
want a DN to get home going and have the CBs that can cover for more than 1.5 seconds, then shut down the short passes. See, and that's just it. We didn't give up a lot of short passes last year. And the few that we did was when either one or the other safety was out, so our cleanup for the back end wasn't there. It was an awful. So we got 3 toes and 1 ass cheek and 1 kneecap or 2. But all the above. So as long as the Lions are healthy at CB is good. If one injury happens, the Lions are screwed. See, and I don't think we're quite as bad. I think our depth is a little better than what we had the year before. So what do you guys got to declare and pick up a 5th-year option on? Oh, we already declared the 5th-year option on JMO. We got another 13 days left to do the one on Aiden Hutchinson, if I remember right. Correct?
I mean, I don't think they're going to do either one of them right now, to tell you the truth.
They already did JMO's. They did JMO's about 2 weeks ago. I saw it on NFL Live. They
didn't do
accepted.
JMO's yet.
They announced it on NFL Live. I watched it. I like the guard Tate Rattledge out of Georgia. Lions met with him at the combine. He's most definitely a Dan Campbell guy. He's got a mullet and a 70s porn stash. Yeah, Maddox is a nice nickel depth piece. Rock Yesson is trash. Dorsey is trash. But don't forget, we got Amik Robertson, Terrion Arnold, plus DJ Reed. Everybody thinks Amik Robertson's gone. What's up with that? Amik Robertson technically gave up way less yardage than what CD3 did, and everybody's freaking out because CD3's gone. Well, unless I was watching ESPN and they said, oh, it looked like they exercised JMO's 5th-year option. So what if we do if Hutch gets injured again? Who do we put in his spot? I think we need to draft a backup. I agree. We do need a backup behind him. We are, everybody says we have a lot of depth. You know what we have? We have a lot of rotational pieces as depth. We don't have starters as depth. And they are bringing Zadarius back to talk to him today, and it looks like he's interested in coming.
Yeah, they didn't pick up his 5th-year option yet. They said it's likely to pick up his 5th-year option. Okay. This is why the speculation of Goldson coming here has a lot of people freaking a lot of people out because they think that they're going to – I heard somebody say that Brad Holmes – well, no, not Brad Holmes, but a source said that they were going to trade JMO and bring in, or draft Goldson, which is dumb.
Robertson played in that the divisional championship game, and he was healthy. He was in the slot. So
yeah,
he's already back. I think
he just hurt his leg.
He hurt his leg in week 18, had the week off and played in the divisional round, and he was fine. He was doing great over the middle. The problem is he's not a big guy, and he tackles hard, but if he doesn't hit him in exactly the right place, those bigger running backs and receivers bounce off of him. That's why he gets a missed tackle rate.
Yeah, Amik went out in the Washington game.
Oh, he did go out at the end of it, but it was nothing major.
It wasn't the end. It was like in the second quarter he went out.
Oh. But he's back. I know he didn't need surgery or anything like that. Yeah. He'll be fine.
He's fine. I'm not worried about Amik. Amik is going to come back. He's probably going to be playing better. Dude gets better every year. No, I'd start Jahmyr Gibbs. I'd definitely start Jahmyr Gibbs over Monty.
Yep.
Jahmyr Gibbs has earned that right. I didn't like the fact that Goofball started him in the first place. or started Monty in the championship. I mean, a division game, because he should have started Jameer. Jameer was 100%. Monty wasn't.
See, at the beginning of the season, it really depended on who we had that we were facing with their D lines. If you looked how they did it, the one game they started with Gibbs and would run all over him, and then Monty would clean it up. The next game they'd run Monty first, and then Gibbs would clean it up. And it really depends on how good the defensive line ranks against the run.
I don't even think that's something that they're looking at, because I'm gonna tell you something. The offensive line is doing a job. So as long as they do their job, Jameer Gibbs has put up 7.51 yards in that division game per carry. And when Monty was out those couple of games, he was tearing it up. I think he got like 100+ yards in every game he played after Monty went out. So Jameer is the guy. He took over that spot. And I'm sure Monty's not going to mind. Monty's the 3rd and 1 back, the 4th and 1 back. He's the guy that's going to get you the tough yards. He's also probably going to be the guy that you put on a goal line stand. I mean, Jameer Gibbs could probably do the same thing, but I think I would rather use Monty in those situations. Monty's bulkier, and he could he pushes through. That dude it's hard to take Monty down. So, yeah.
Yep, I'm just handling a couple things real quick.
You're good.
Oh, yeah, and we have former Lions news. Julian Okwara is now a Brown.
Yippee.
He can go be injured for them.
Good for the Browns. See, the Browns are doing Brown things again.
Yeah, because you know what? Jameer Gibbs only had 3 rushing touchdowns in the red zone. Most of them were passing touchdowns that he got there. And they were further out than near the goal line. All the goal line stuff was Monty, trick plays, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Monty's going to be our power back. That's what he is. He's been a power back. You just try to kind of mix it up in the 2-back system, but I really think that John Morton's going to, make more use of the run than BJ did. So, yeah, I just was saying, Big Dan, I like Nick Scorton too. He was really good at Texas A&M. He's better than Jameer to me. He'll be fine. He makes tackles. I think he'll be good against the run. I'm not worried about that. Jameer was he didn't have a lot of production in the time he was there. He's fast. He's got athletic ability, but he runs past a lot of tackles. And when he does try to tackle,
when he was healthy in the beginning of his college career, he was better, but he was rotational.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't missing tackles. He wasn't doing all that. After his injury, in his second year of starting, or first year starting, second year playing, that's when he kind of fell off. Mm-hmm. He started missing tackles more. And I think it's because he doesn't want to hurt that leg again.
Yeah, that's why I say I like Nick Scorton better than I like him. I take him over.
No, but let me look at this.
Yeah, no.
Dan Campbell hasn't ran the whole playbook. He let Ben Johnson do what he do. Dan Campbell is the one that said, Jared Goff, now that he's here and he knows our playbook, it hasn't changed much because Morton's been here before. He's been here to help Ben Johnson develop that playbook for him. So we're going to let Jared Goff call plays unless he proves he can't do it, because he's more of a coach on the field. He's became a vocal leader.
You got to remember something about a head coach. A head coach really oversights the plays that are coming into the calling from the offensive and defensive coordinator. So he has like the overall decision. Unless he says something, usually the offensive and defensive coordinator run the mill. If he feels that the offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator are doing their job, then he'll step in, like he did with AG last year. Not this last year, but the year before that, when they had that bad losing streak going on. The defense was playing ass, so he decided to take over the play calling for a minute so AG can get himself together. Like I said, AG is not the greatest defensive coordinator, and I think that's where Shepard is going to probably really raise his game up. But We'll see. I like AJ as a head coach.
Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson was still developing as an OC because Morton was here, I think, either at the end of 2021 or the off season of 2022. I think he was here in the off season. And Dan Campbell was sharing the play calling duties at Ben Johnson those first games. And if you look, the offense never changed when it switched over. It was seamless because Ben Johnson was kind of like simpatico with what Dan Campbell wanted to do.
And you got to remember, Ben Johnson really didn't get to do that until he fired Lynn. And Lynn was our offensive coordinator. So half the season they got rid of him. So that's when Ben Johnson started a system with play calling.
And if I remember right, the first week that he was doing the play calling, it was an awful game overall. Jared Goff looked bad. The defense looked bad, but we ended up getting a tie with Pittsburgh. That was the game. And I
think that was the lack of Pittsburgh. Their quarterback sucked at the time.
Yeah,
that was Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph.
Mason, I can't get it done, Rudolph.
I heard the trade rumor. I haven't heard it come out of Brad Holmes' mouth yet. I heard it on Woodward Sports. And I don't think we're in the talks because I haven't seen anything through the whole, because I follow all the teams on Twitter, and I haven't seen that except through Woodward Sports. So I'm going to leave it there and say, I'm not saying it's clickbait, but I'm not saying it's fact either. That's where I'm at on it.
First of all, Jim, that would be a bad trade for Cincinnati because they just paid 2 wide receivers a whole bunch of money. Now they got to pay J-Mo. It ain't happening with that. They're not trading J-Mo. Yeah. They won't take J-Mo. They just paid two receivers. Yeah. They're not taking J-Mo. They probably would request a first-round pick, though.
They actually wrapped up $70 million in wide receivers over the next 4 years right now.
Yeah. And then to add J-Mo, it'd be great, but they'd have to pay him too.
I mean, we haven't looked at the details of the contract. We know it's going to be less up front, more in the middle, and an out year. They always do that with all those contracts. But it averages out. The average per year between those 2 wide receivers is $70 million per year. I like to bring the voice of reason into things. It's kind of like when we looked at the Goff contract, and B said that was the first time he heard an opinion that he liked on it. When I said it, I said, I think it's a 2-year Super Bowl or bust contract because that $69 million in year 3 means that if he gets us to a Super Bowl, he'll get restructured. If he doesn't, he'll be gone. I mean, there is no in between. You can't afford to pay somebody $69 million. He's going to get restructured or gone. Nobody's going to pay a quarterback $69 million in 1 year. Not as a cap hit.
Mm-mm.
He goes, I agree, but Bstrilla just thought it was a toss out there. And yes, Woodward Sports is where I heard it. Yeah, the Bengals at the moment can't even afford to pay Trey Hendrickson that he wants, let alone a third wide receiver. I can't see Cincy trading for J-Mo. I heard it's the Patriots that have something going on with them.
What, to get Trey Hendrickson?
Yes.
Well, they got the money. They don't. I don't know necessarily if they have. Do they have the draft picks?
Yeah, they were giving them the second pick overall this year, plus this year's and the next 2 second-round picks.
No. Let them do that then. Let them do that.
Right. If they're doing that, that's perfect. Now, here's one. Questioner talking about Ashton Genty. Is he like Derrick Henry? No, I say he's closer to like
hell no.
I know it's a lofty comparison, but I'm going to tone it down with how I say it. Marshawn Lynch light is what he reminds me of. A poor man's Marshawn Lynch. He has straightforward power, straightforward speed, a little bit of cut move, but not a big cut like you see some of these younger, quicker backs with quicker feet and better hip swivel. So I think he's going to be a bruiser that if he gets to stiff arm you, you better tackle him solid because he's going to make you get posterized. That's what I think he is. Is that a solid take on him?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about so much about Marshawn Lynch, but yeah, he's one that just he doesn't make too many moves at the line of scrimmage. He's kind of a straightforward guy.
Yeah, his moves are all at full speed. That's why it's not good hip swivel, not good footwork.
Yeah. There's not too many people are like Derrick Henry, let me tell you. Derrick Henry is like one of those kind.
Power up the middle, but not much more. Agreed, JB.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You got it.
I think he's a between the tackles, north and south, third and short goal line type of guy. And I think he's probably going to be like Monty and average between 3.8 and 4.2 yards per carry. I think that's exactly where he'll fall. It's an above average, good running back. Does that make sense, Bstrilla? I just think they're ranking him way too hard. He's going to go to a bad team with no O-line and get pitch slapped.
That's what happens. Yeah.
Eric Arasimi, good to see you. Okay, I don't know how we would stop the Eagles or Bill, though. We needed much better defense. And that's why we got to look to the draft, because it's what Brad Holmes does. And he told us this. He goes, until I have my team built with all people I drafted. And all you got to do is look at the model of the Rams. You look at the model of the Rams that they did up until 2021. He built that team and built that team, made very few big splash trades, even though Les Miles is the GM, the splash trades that they made, he suggested up to that point. Arasimi, I'm looking forward to the season 2 because you know what? They hate us because they ain't us. And I'll leave it at that. Bill T. So where do you think you guys Hampton land and what team and what round? I think it's going to be in the back half of the first round. I believe it's going to be a shock. Somebody's going to trade up to get him because it's going to be just like the Jahmyr Gibbs when we traded back to 12 and took him there. It's going to be somebody trading up to get him ahead of the second round. Wait a minute. They hate us because they ain't us.
That's a good one. I like that one. Yeah.
That's how I'm saying it from now on. Here we got Brent, also known as Harpazo. Good afternoon, everyone, and JB. Good to see you, brother. Been a minute.
Brent?
Our defense is better than some are saying. Sure, more help on the line would help, but healthy, we would be better than most. I agree. If we'd have been healthy, remember, we had 6 starters out the last 2 games we played. 6 starters on defense. You're playing with a mash unit on defense. So we came into them. They were hot off of a big win the week before. So they were on a hot streak. We were on a cold streak with coordinators that didn't want to be here anymore because they were already told they had the job. You say what you want. That's what it was. They played with no heart. That's what I saw in that game. We played with no heart in that divisional game. Brent says, hey, Bstrilla.
What up, dude?
So since all you guys just got in here, I got to show you how I started the show. First off, there's a Detroit fan, man.
Boo. It's funny,
the Flint water, the Flint water and the floor closure is funny.
The Flint water, yeah, that's a real good one on that one.
But this one, bam, empty trophy case.
I like the one that you had out there on our chat thing there with Caleb.
Oh, I got to get that off my phone in here because it's different.
Yeah.
Now that you can't just go to your. This isn't my StreamYard, so I'm logged in on somebody else's access.
Right.
So it has to be on my computer to transfer.
I got you.
But I'll get it. That's not a problem. So, who do you guys want in the draft? He said Nick Scorton.
Nick
right?
Scorton, yep.
I said that Donovan. Big Dan Davis knows the last name. He's out of Boston College. And as much as Michigan fans hate him, I like that JT Tomaloso from Ohio State. And I also like Jackson out of Missouri. Because he's a big guy, got some weight to him, could play inside or out. He would be good. You're thinking about, everybody's just thinking about their individual talent. You're putting them opposite Hutchinson, is what you got to remember.
Yeah.
He goes, 2 great picks. Everybody thinks Dylan Gabriel will fall to the 5th round, and their take is that he will be a bust. I'm going to repeat myself again. I said this earlier. Sarah, let me get you the
mic. What's going on, Sarah? I was waiting for you. I don't know about Dylan. I can't give you. I haven't seen much film on him. to tell you the truth. So I couldn't give you a hey or nay on that.
He goes, what about Landon Powder Jackson Edge in round 2? I like him too, but I don't like him in the first round. In the second round, I'm all for it. If we don't go Edge in the first round, I'll go for it in the second round.
I've seen some mocks with him going to the Lions.
The one, the only, Sarah.
There she is. The Viking.
With 10, I had to go make quick lunch. I got hungry.
Yeah, that happened. Did you see my Minnesota fan?
Yeah.
The doll. You like that?
There was this other one. There's this Vikings podcaster I can't stand.
Yeah.
Andy Purple for the win or whatever.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so somebody made a doll of him. It was pretty funny.
I got one for Caleb too, but I got to get it on the computer yet.
Does it come with dress accessories?
Well, not dress.
No,
almost.
No, but it has him in his uniform. It has his pink nails. It has his pink iPhone case, and it's in a Barbie case.
Hey! I love pink.
I know,
but you're
a girl.
I'm not even gonna make it a gender thing. It's just not
pink
for him.
Doesn't look good on Caleb.
Pink doesn't look good on football players.
Actually,
unless it's cancer time.
They were suggesting uniforms. I was like, I wouldn't mind if we had bling pink uniforms. Yeah, nobody agreed with me.
But they actually put pink on all the uniforms, all 32 teams in the month of October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
No, I'm talking about blinged out pink uniforms with diamond numbers.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about all that. But yeah, I got it. I mean, you could actually order it that way.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get one custom made. The team's not gonna go for that.
I have a custom person. I can see if she can do that.
If Moonscar hadn't beaten me, I could have gotten one. Damn Moonscar.
Poor Moonstar.
Yeah,
Sarah's rap now.
Yeah, that's a little too much, Sarah. No, but that's fine. That's fine for a woman buying one to support her fandom of her team, as long as it's still stitched at the same factory where it ends up being NFL authentic, because it doesn't matter if it goes on the field. What matters is NFL authentic. So that's the huge one.
Yeah, those NFL authentic jerseys are freaking expensive, even for the women ones, which are smaller.
Until I get through with these court dates, I have no spare money to do anything, and they haven't got back with me. I'm probably just going to make another order and get it for you, Moonstar, but you will have it soon.
It's all good. Take care of yourself before you can take care of other people.
I have to do that now this time. Unfortunately, I don't like being that way. I always was one to take care of others first, because that's how I was raised. Don't be selfish.
Yeah, but if you can't help yourself, you can't help other people.
But you're getting it before the season starts. That's how I put it that way. That way you can wear it to a game. I'll make that promise, brother.
Well, Brett, I think Sarah can answer that a little bit better than we can.
What's the question?
From everything I read, is JJ supposed to start? And I'm going to say yes.
I would say yes, unless something happens. I don't see any way of him.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's it. Aaron Rodgers.
I think Aaron Rodgers is waiting on the Vikings to get through spring OTAs and see how JJ looks before he signs with the Steelers.
He's going to look like a rookie.
Okay, this one's from Bill T to Bstrilla.
No, I mean like how he looks, like if his injury is fully recovered, or they're not going to be able to assess that until OTA start.
Right.
Brock Purdy's not going to the Steelers. San Francisco's going to pay him. Mason Rudolph did get the Steelers to playoffs, so I don't discount Mason Rudolph. He's grown a whole lot since we played him.
Well, and people were like, he was terrible on the Titans. I'm like, who isn't?
Right.
Yeah. Yes. Because he's on the active. He was on the active roster before the injury happened. He already had the playbook. even though it was the preseason one, they give him the regular playbook, and he's able to study it all year while he's rehabbing.
Well, and they did a lot of VR stuff with him. From what I heard, they had a GoPro attached to Sam's helmet and did a lot of VR stuff with him.
Yes, Trace, I do. I want to do that again.
Oh shit! I want Trace to be my friend.
What do you guys project Aiden Hutchinson contract to look like? How much per year do you think you get? I think it's going to be a lot. No, I don't think it'll be that much. I seriously think, because all these guys that everybody thinks is gonna be high dollar, that when Detroit re-signs them, they end up not being as high, because they want to be here.
To me, I think what they're going to do, this is why I don't think they're going to pay him pay Hutchinson immediately. They're going to see what he's got during the regular season, if he can play. But I guarantee you the first time when they go on a bye, if he does, and he's doing like he was doing last year, he's getting paid. They'll probably give him a check just to sign, a blank check, because they're paying him.
If he heals with no issues, I'm saying north of 40.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did you see that?
Tracy, yeah, I see that.
My brother. Yeah, we went to training camp last year. That's how I got the full-size helmet and got Garrett Hipple to sign it and all that. What was sad about that is they told us the day before Barry Sanders is there doing signings. I was like, son of a bitch, because I won that full-size helmet. But
so you guys, why are there rumors about J-Mo being traded?
It's a rumor. 100% a rumor.
No, I mean, like, how did that come about?
Because what we did, and just like they do, this happens every draft time for the draft. They went to go see Golden. They hosted a Golden visit, the wide receiver in the draft. And so people speculated automatically, because J-Mo's 5th-year extension hasn't been signed yet, that they were going to get Golden and trade J-Mo somewhere or not pay him, whatever the case may be. So, no. They're looking at their options. That's what they're doing. This is what teams do during this time. Okay,
so people have spoken, and they say Aaron Rodgers will be a good in Vikings and will look great in purple at LMFAO. But anyways, I agree with this 100%. The market needs a reset.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Rob? That's my boy, Robbie.
Yeah, like if I were San Fran, I would not pay Brock.
I'm going to give my opinion first on this, because I think it's going to be somewhere between 8 and 10 wins. Just because they improved the interior O-line, they should be moving the ball better. Caleb's going to be in his 2nd year, as long as he doesn't regress and has a sophomore slump. He has a similar performance to what he had his rookie year. They'll be fine, because all that's going to do is he's going to learn how to get the ball in the end zone better. The more he progresses.
I'm making a bold prediction. I think everybody in the NFC North is not going to have a losing record this year.
I don't know. It's hard for me to trust the Bears, so I think their floor is probably 7. And their ceiling is probably 9, 10.
There you go.
Because they are playing, most of the teams that they are playing are playoff teams.
If Robbie wants to join and be in the talk, because we got another 20, little over 20 minutes left, you can put the link in your YouTube there, and he can join us if he wants. Brent goes, fuck the Bears.
Right.
I gotta get those little things up again.
And the thing with the Bears is, it's I'm not saying that they're gonna be bad, but it's just for 3-4 off seasons now. Every damn off season, all we hear about is, they're gonna take a step forward. They're gonna take a step forward. They're gonna take the North and never give it back. And every year they don't have a winning record. So it's can you just win first?
What's up, Brent? 0-17. I mean, that's a wish, but it ain't gonna happen. I mean, I think they have I think the only reason why they get to have a winning record this year is because of Ben Johnson. I don't think Ben Johnson's still going to be a good head coach. I just think that he's going to get him because he's got offensive prowess, and I think that's exactly what he did to get this team going. He suggested that they fix that offensive line, and that's really what Caleb needs right there. Now, if Caleb messes up this year and he's got a better offensive line, then, they suck.
Like, is Ben Johnson a great OC? Sure he is. But this, I don't like this anointing. Like, oh, he's the best coach in the NFC North already. Like,
no.
You know who else is a great coordinator? Josh McDaniel. How did he turn out again?
Horrible. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah, realistically, 8 to 10 wins. That's exactly where I have them at. I think I'm not saying what team has it. I think at the top you'll see at most a 12 to 13 win team. And I think at the bottom, you'll see a 9-win team.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll probably see 3 teams in the playoffs again. That's where I'm at. Do you disagree with that, Sarah? In this division?
I think it's going to be 2 teams. Because the NFC West plays the AFC South and the NFC South. So all of them have really easy schedules that can jack up their records. Unless those divisions become powerhouses.
Sarah Rogers leads purple all the way till the day she died.
And I mean, if Roger comes here, it's not like I'm not gonna stop. It's not like I'm gonna stop cheering for the team. I wouldn't like it, but I mean, it is what it is.
I can hear her now, Bill. Fucking bitch ass old Kirk Cousins is what we just got.
Oh man, if he comes there and he starts doing all that drama shit, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Go well with the fans at all.
See, that's the only thing I'll give Kirk Cousins credit for, is he was a great team guy. He was a great rah-rah guy.
He wasn't a great rah-rah guy, but he was a good teammate. He didn't rah-rah at all.
According to all the videos that we saw during Hard Knocks that year, he had the whole team going in the locker room.
No, they got him to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, they made it look like it was him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Jim Jackson goes, he'll ruin your locker room. And that's exactly where I'm at, because what will happen, it'll do to JJ what it did to Zach Wilson. Remember when, as soon as Aaron Rodgers got hurt, Zach Wilson came out and for 3 games straight was balling. And then he fell apart mentally because the team said, hey, he's getting healthy. We're going to have him start again. And we got Woody Bach from the Wild and Woody Show. What's up, Woody?
He just needs to go retire and go host Jeopardy and be the next vice president and whatever else.
That's why he came back to football for the Jets, as they fired him from Jeopardy because he was so boring. That's the God's honest truth. They got him out of there.
He's go sit in a cave and smoke ayahuasca.
There you go.
He's just an asshole. That's all he is. Let's put it that way. He's an asshole.
And there were people trying to make it political. Like, well, some fans don't want him here because of his beliefs. It's like nobody cares about his beliefs. This dude cannot play anymore. Have you not seen him with the Jets?
Did you not watch him?
No, people were trying to make it political, and it wasn't political. It's like, I don't care about his views. All I care about is that when his last year with the Packers was not good. His year with the Jets, people were like, well, he looked good the last 8 games. I'm like, are there 17 games in a season?
No, yeah, there is 17 games. But I do have to say one thing that we have to address, because it was found out this morning. Former Giant and Super Bowl champion, grandfather of 2, Don Hasselbeck, died this morning at the age of 70. Rest in peace. My condolences to him and his family.
What era did he play in?
The first Super Bowl that the Giants won, I think. Right?
He played on the Raiders. He played on the Raiders.
He won.
He played in New England, but yeah.
But he had most of his career with the Giants, is what they were saying.
Like, it's funny how, like, the Patriots claimed Randy Moss. I'm like, dude, Randy Moss was there for like a year and 2 years.
I believe it is. Isn't that Matt and Tim's dad?
Yep.
Yeah. So the Hasselbeck family is reeling.
Yeah.
Bill T. Why do you think he played for the Jets? Because his old players were on the team. Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard. They did trade for Devontae Adams, and the team still stuck.
I'm surprised they didn't go drag Jordy Nelson and Clay Mann.
Unfortunately, they're not my sponsor right now. I've not been able to get in touch with the owner yet because I don't work for him anymore. And I think they are going to do it. I was at a benefit for a friend of mine that passed away. My condolences to the Osborne family. Brian Osborne, a few years younger than me, he passed away, and they did a benefit for him. But I talked to the owner of that bar, and I might be getting a new sponsor even locally. BJ's Bar, the one that Darren McCarty posted, where it has the sign says BJ's Bar, and underneath it says dancing sandwiches. It's not dancing and sandwiches; it just says dancing sandwiches.
Yeah, he went to. He was drafted by the Patriots, and then he went to the Vikings and the Giants and the Raiders. He won the Super Bowl with the Raiders, with the John Madden Raiders.
Right.
What did that
81.
comment say, Jeremy? That's funny, Sarah.
Yeah, that they claim Moss.
Oh.
He's agreeing with you. Because he was there 2 years?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he did put up some nice numbers there too. So didn't win a championship though.
So it'd be funny to get. He goes, I tried to get the old shitty van as well. Remember, he only won a Super Bowl once. He's done. Even Trent Dilfer not won one. Not impressed or ever have been with Rodgers. Rodgers, you know what Rodgers is? He was, after the Super Bowl year, he was Dak Prescott.
No, because he actually made it to some more NFC Championship games.
But as long as he was a fan growing up in the San Francisco Bay Area, he couldn't get past the 49ers. That's why he never got another Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he's not Dak Prescott because Dak Prescott hasn't even sniffed it. And
I know. I was just saying it's the same type of result.
But you guys, what if the Niners trade Purdy and bring in Rodgers?
And Brent says, before I leave, he wants to hear it with the echo voice. I know it is. There you go, Brent. Just for you.
Because I'm sure Rodgers wouldn't mind playing for the 49ers.
Joe Milton will be Dak Prescott's replacement. As far as the Tennessee one, the quarterback that left Tennessee was Mason Rudolph. He went because he got to be a starter because they said they were sticking with Will Levis, if I remember right.
I think they're taking Cam Ward.
I don't think they are.
Who's that? Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the top.
No, they're not going to take Cam
I
Ward.
think they're either going to take the defensive end out of Penn State, Carter, or they're going to end up going running back, and it may shock everybody.
Yeah.
A running back as the number one overall pick, they deserve to be in basement.
Well, I mean,
not if they pick the right one.
Yeah,
I'm not taking a running back as the number one overall pick. That's just crazy.
Well, if you don't need a quarterback, then I mean, what's the choice you got? You just going to get a quarterback for the fuck of it? I mean, I wouldn't do that.
Like, I'll take like a core. I mean, I'll take another piece, but I'm not taking a running back as the number one overall pick.
I mean, it's. I mean,
here's the thing: if they put that rumor out there that they want a running back, and one of those teams back there in 6 through 11 want to move up to 1, doesn't that increase the trade value for them to move up to get their quarterback ahead of somebody?
I don't know. I don't think
you hear what I'm saying there, right?
I know. Like this quarterback class, I would not be trying to mortgage my future to move up to take.
Oh, that I'll have to look into. The Tennessee college football team, the quarterback left. I was wondering what was happening. Gotcha.
Yeah, he is now with Bill Belichick.
In Carolina?
Yeah,
in
he went to
Carolina.
Carolina. I saw the tweet yesterday. I'm with the GOAT. I'm like, okay.
Well, if it wasn't for Mother Nature calling, I wouldn't be doing this. Normally, I stay right to the end. Ask me, but Mother Nature is calling.
All right, go. Let Mother
Take it.
Nature out.
Handle your Mother Nature's business.
I gotta say, like I always say, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. Peace, love, and chicken grease, and we are out.
Peace.
Oh, I got to get to the one with the outro video. Fucked off automatically. God bless America. I hate when I'm in a hurry. There we go.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.